Hey y'all, it is China, and we're going to talk about the executive branch of China, its presidency, its premier. Again, I'm going to review the Communist Party of China because the CCP is at the center of the political structure of China. Just again, as an aside and a review, the CCP is a hierarchy. You start at the bottom with the village, townships, then you go on to the county councils, the provincial councils, and the national council. So we're going to start really to talk today just about that top part of that hierarchy. So the top part of the hierarchy is the supreme leader. When Deng Xiaoping reformed the Chinese political system, he used the phrase the core. Deng Xiaoping being the core at that point. Chairman Mao had been the core or the chairman or the president or the leader of the Chinese Communist Party up until 1976. So when Deng Xiaoping reformed the system, one of the things that he did was replace the title chairman, and actually the head of the party is now called the general secretary. The party has a constitution that's actually separate from the government constitution. So we're going to talk about the National Party Congress. Again, this is a review. There are 2,000 delegates. They're chosen from the lower levels. So you choose people at the village, town, county, and provincial level, and then they go on to the Party Congress. There are over 2,000 delegates chosen from the lower levels. Whatever the party decides, they are just the rubber stamp for the party leader's decisions. Okay. It only meets every 5 years, so it's not important in policy making. In recent years, it has acted a little bit more independently, and its main power really is to elect the members of the Central Committee. The Central Committee is about 300, so next level, about 340 members that meet together annually for a week. They carry on the business of the National Party Congress between sessions. Again, it has limited policy-making powers as well, because really the actual power of government policy decision-making resides within the Standing Committee, which we'll get to in a second. The meetings of the Central Committee are the leaders of the party, the political elites, and the Politburo and the standing committees are actually picked from them. So we're going to talk about the important policymakers in China that are at the very top. Okay. The Politburo and the standing committee, these are the most powerful party elites in the CCP. They are chosen by those 340 members of the Central Committee. Whatever they decide, their decisions really drive the government policies. There are 24 members of the Politburo. The Standing Committee is 7 people. Here you go. And they are chosen from the Politburo membership. They do meet in secret, and their meetings or their membership reflects the balance of power among the different factions of interest in China. So you'll have, of the 7 members, each one of the members will have something specifically that they are worried about, making sure their voice is heard and protecting their interest. Okay, the president and the vice president, they serve for 5 years. They are serve for 5-year terms, and they're limited to 2 years. They have to be 45. It's mainly a ceremonial role, though. The senior party leaders have always been the president and vice president. So going back real quick to the standing committee, you see Xi Jinping is a member of the standing committee. He's also the president and has served as vice president. Premier. The premier is the head of government. They're appointed by the president. Again, the premier of China is always going to be somebody from the standing committee of the political party. The premier is going to direct the state council, which is composed of ministers who direct the many ministries and commissions of the bureaucracy. So that would be like your Department of State, Department of Defense secretaries, your Department of Treasury secretaries that we see in the US. And it's like the ministers of the UK Parliament. And they are controlled by the principle of dual role. So you have supervision from higher bodies in the government, and basically the CCP is constantly monitoring and watching what the premier is up to and these heads of the bureaucracy. So you do not get elected as president. You are, again, chosen. That's what that meme is referring to. All right. But that's it. So there is an executive branch in China, but again, it is made up of people that are a part of the Communist Party.